So, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So, today I'm going to be talking about why discipline and grit beat talent every single time and how you can become a monk entrepreneur. So, since years we've been told that there is a direct correlation between success and talent. Almost like if someone is talented, they deserve to be successful. Now, that's a lie because most successful people are not always the most talented. They're not always the most gifted or the smartest people. They're just someone who shows up every single day and who choose execution over excuses, right? They choose to outlearn, outshadow, and outcast everyone. They show up. Now, this is not just from my personal experience, but look at all the top athletes, the top tech CEOs, the top investors. They all have this single trait in common because discipline always wins. You can't always bank on talent, you can't bank on motivation, but discipline is one thing which will get you across the line even when other things are failing for you, right? It's when other people want to stop, there's this one thing which keeps you going, and that's discipline. Now, ever since I was growing up, I always admired people who had things figured out, right? Who knew what they wanted to do. So, for example, if it was the kid who wanted to become the doctor or the engineer, or the chess champion who knew they'd become a chess champion, or the person who's good at sports. Like, I used to always think to myself that, man, these guys are so lucky, right? They know exactly what they want to do. They know what they're talented at. They understand that if they harness this talent, they can actually make a career out of it. They can grow into a person and make this a long term path for themselves. But what about someone like me, or many people like me, who didn't have a natural talent or a God gifted talent? It made me feel pretty lost at times because I was like, what do I do? Right? But here's the thing, talent is overrated. Talent is overrated. Discipline and grit is everything. And today, I'm going to try and prove why. So, in my recent experiences of mentoring thousands of people across the globe, I've noticed a pattern between people who achieve success and the ones who don't, right? Let's take a scenario. We have two people who get access to the same knowledge, the same learnings, the same business model, the same capital, the same skill set. Everything's the same. However, one person um, takes immediate action, stays consistent, and wins, while the other person waits for motivation, slacks, overthinks, and doesn't get to their goal. Because success isn't just about one thing in business. It's not about the right product, the right market, the perfect skill set. It's about consistency. The one who shows up every day is the one who wins. And that's why consistency wins every time. Now, like the pattern I was talking about, a pattern between the successful students that I've had, I've noticed a few things, right? The first thing is, like I said, they always show up. They come for each and every lesson every single week of the month, right? They learn and they take notes like their life depended on it. And they always choose execution over excuses. They never blame anyone else if something doesn't work for them, right? Um, Everything is their fault. If something doesn't work, it's their fault. And they take another shot at it. And what allows them to take another shot at any problem is the discipline to not give up. Because it's the relentlessness of solving a problem in any business. And it's the discipline to keep you on track, to keep that relentlessness going. So success belongs to people who never quit and who have the discipline to never quit. But discipline is like a muscle, right? If you don't exercise it, it gets weak. And therefore, I'm going to be sharing some of the stuff today which will help you build that discipline, which will in turn help you build your business. And I think you can apply these principles to any parts of your life. Now, coming back to my story, even in my late teens and my early 20s, I was pretty lost. I didn't have a clear career path. I graduated from university when I was 22, and my first job was at this hotel management role that I had. I quit in 29 days. It wasn't for me. My second job was a marketing AI startup. It was all right. I spent about 2 years there, but I had this burning desire inside me, almost this restless feeling that I wanted to build something of my own. I wanted to test my own potential. I wanted to see what it's like to build something from scratch and where I can take it, right? So, but I always came down to the same question again, like, Ishan, what are you good at? What are you talented in? And the truth is, I was not the best at anything. None of the business essentials, be it product, be it marketing, be it HR, be it finance, be it media buying, all business essentials that one person should be good at, I wasn't the best at. But still, I was able to build several e commerce businesses, not just here in India, but in international markets like England, USA, Australia, and stuff like that. And the secret, if I had to give all of this and encapsulate it and give credit to one thing, I would call it the monk mindset or becoming the monk entrepreneur. Now, you must be asking me, as the title suggests, what is a monk entrepreneur? So, if you carefully observe a monk, bit of an odd question, but how many of you have observed a monk over here? Anyone? Okay, few over here. So, right, if you carefully observe a monk, the monk doesn't get up on a single day and say, hey, what should I do today? It's a Saturday night. No, they don't. They have the same routine, they have the same rituals, they have the same discipline, and they have the same way of living life, right? They don't chase instant gratification. They don't need a feel good hormone inside their body every 2 hours. And most importantly, they focus on small wins every day so that they have daily improvements which can make them a better person. So once I observed this, I was like, hey, listen, I can actually take these principles and apply them to my business, to myself. And why do I say myself? It's because your business is a reflection of you. If there is a problem in the business, most likely there's a problem in the entrepreneur. I have so many people who come up to me and they're like, Ishan, I've been trying this for so many months. It's not working, the marketing, the supply chain, this and that. And then I ask them simple questions like, what time do you sleep? What's your routine? Right? It's the person who has the problem. You fix the entrepreneur, you fix the business. Now, of course, you have business problems like cash flow management or your cash crunches and stuff like that. Now, those things are separate, but in most cases, I'm seeing the problem is in the person, right? That's why if you fix the person, you fix the business. Now, one of the most important things of the whole monk mode protocol is called the dopamine detox. Now, without getting into too much science, let's just say that dopamine is the feel good hormone in your body. It's the thing which makes you feel good, right? And what you need to understand is our brain is wired for distractions. It's almost like our brain likes to be distracted. How many times have you guys been on your phone and been scrolling for hours and hours and you don't find out there's been like 2 hours since you've been scrolling Instagram? Or how many times have you been watching series on Netflix and before you know it, you've binge watched 6 episodes and you were supposed to work on your business project or you were supposed to work on the side hustle, but you didn't? That's because your brain is hijacked by cheap dopamine, right? And what is cheap dopamine? It's dopamine that you don't have to work for. Let me explain. So, how many of you over here like work out, go to the gym? Okay, so you know when you go to the gym and after that you feel really good, there's this feeling that I did something and you feel good. That's the good dopamine. The cheap dopamine is taking your phone out, ordering some food just in one click, having junk food, or maybe, like I said, scrolling on Instagram. That's what cheap dopamine is. So, how do we fix this? We need a detox. We need a detox of this dopamine to a point where so the brain is designed for dopamine. Now, it doesn't know what is cheap and what is good, right? So you have to starve the brain from the cheap dopamine. And that's why you need to go for detox for about 7 to 14 days, which I'll cover. But eventually, what happens is you'll be seeing that the first couple of days, you'll feel really bad. You'll be like, oh, I want to check my phone. I want to order some food. There's this restlessness, right? But by day 3 and 4, you will have all the brain fog go away and you will see things clearly. Like you'll be like personally, I was feeling like Bradley Cooper from like Limitless. Have you guys seen the movie? Bradley Cooper, Limitless. Yeah. So you see things clearly, you cut through the noise, you're more focused, you're more attentive, your energy levels are better, right? So I have sort of created a monk mode protocol that I've been using for the last 3-4 years, and I'll be sharing it with you guys in the next slide so that you guys can get some value today from it. So here are some of the non-negotiables that you guys have to do. The 6 things for at least 2 weeks, ideally, if you want to get some results. The first thing, meditate every day. Pretty simple, 10 minutes. The way um, I like to explain this with an example, right? So think of your life as if you are in the middle, like this guy in a traffic jam. It's a red light. There's honking, there's commotion, it's hectic, people are screaming, gaadi aage le, like it's that's your life, okay? But then there is a situation which is this guy, you just walk to the side path, you sit on the bench, and you just zoom out and you view the traffic. Viewing the traffic here is like viewing your life. Our life is so hectic at times that we don't pause and zoom out and see what's going on. So meditation is that guy sitting on the bench and just looking at the traffic, seeing what's good, seeing what's bad, seeing what's ugly, and optimizing their life in a way where they can actually become a better person. So that's why meditation is super duper important. 10 minutes a day is fine. Next thing, working out every day, pretty simple. The third thing being eating healthy and consuming good content. Now, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's Newton's third law. Okay. And it's the same principle here. If you consume bad things, be it the content or the food, you will get an equal and opposite reaction. So bad food, junk food, bad reaction. Bad content, bad reaction. I'll give you a hack. So when I'm on the monk mode protocol, I have 2 YouTubes. One YouTube has like all the creators, which probably are not the ones who are going to get me focused. And then I have one YouTube where I'm only subscribed to like 5 people who give me CEO interviews or set development videos. And that's what you guys can be watching during this time. The next thing, no social media. I create content, but I'm telling you guys, delete it. You don't need it. If your business is not on social media, you don't need social media. And the last thing, winning the morning and winning the night. So most people think, oh, I have to get up early. No, you need to sleep early to get up early. So if you win the night, you win the morning. And I genuinely feel like sleep is the single most important denominator which will flex that muscle of discipline and which will help you become more disciplined as a person and, of course, more disciplined as an entrepreneur. Now, the one thing I've learned is the power of grit, right? So let's forget luck. Let's forget talent. The only formula is to show up, execute, and repeat, right? Because discipline beats motivation every time. Discipline beats talent every time. I think motivation should be treated like a luxury. I do. Some days it's there, some days it's not. You can't bank on luxury. It's like if you go out to a 5-star restaurant, it's nice, but you can't go every day, right? And that's motivation. So, what can you really bank on? You can bank on your grit and you can bank on discipline. And it's the discipline which helps you to never quit. Because, like they say, you only lose when you quit. And if you don't quit, you stay in the game. And if you stay in the game longer, the chances of you winning are higher. Now, that's what grit does. It makes you unstoppable to a point where you really feel you can achieve anything in life, right? And I feel like with similar principles, you can do this. I always like to say that the monk entrepreneur always wins. That's my message. Thank you.